the Ashland University Mainstreet Show. I am your host, Maddy Gorczynski. Thank you for watching, and today we are joined by Major Annalise Francis from the Salvation Army Kroc Center in Ashland. Major, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me and having me.
Of course. Can you start by telling us a little bit about your role and your responsibilities there?
Yeah, sure. My husband and I are the administrators and core officers of the Kroc Center, so that means we oversee all of the operations and staff and programs, and then we are also the core officers, which means we are the clergy in charge of the congregation there, the pastor there.
What has your career path looked like so far, and how has it led you to where you are in your current position?
Well, I began my career as a professional opera singer, and then along the way I felt a strong call to ministry in the Salvation Army, and so my husband and I were ordained and married in 2004, and we started our career serving as Salvation Army officers in New York City, both in the Greenwich Village and then Times Square areas. And then we were transferred all the way over to the Los Angeles area, where we served on staff faculty at Salvation Army's college and seminary that they have in California. And then that led us to Ashland, Ohio. That was our next appointment. So we've kind of served coast to coast and in between, doing different roles for the Salvation Army.
That sounds like a wonderful journey, though.
It has been. Yeah.
The next thing I want to ask you is, can you tell us about the Kroc Center itself and how it was established?
Yeah, so the Salvation Army has served in Ashland in some capacity for just about 140 years. So it would always have a local congregation, social services. When Joan Kroc decided she would bequest the majority of her fortune to the Salvation Army to establish these Kroc Centers, there was basically kind of an RFP application process that communities all over the country could submit applications to try and get a Kroc Center. And lo and behold, out of every city in the country, Ashland was chosen as one of the 26 to receive a Kroc Center. And so the community really came together and rallied to put a strong proposal, a strong vision together, and raise local funds in order to make that happen. And so in 2009, the Kroc Center, a much larger, more luxurious version of the Salvation Army, opened in Ashland, Ohio.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
So can you tell me more about your social and emergency services and what they have to offer for the community?
Yeah, so we have emergency services in the form of helping people keep their utilities on, whether that's water, heat, cold, gas, heat, everything that they need to keep their household functioning. We also offer assistance in emergency housing. We're the county's intake point for homelessness or housing. We help people with getting identification and transportation, and we also have a large fleet of hunger assistance programs that we do, from food pantry to meals, to summer meals for children during those gap months between the school year, making sure that they keep receiving vital nutrition.
That's awesome. That's a lot of hard but very rewarding work, it sounds like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So some may or may not know that you guys actually offer memberships at the center. So what would you say the benefits are to having a membership rather than having general admission to the center?
Yeah, so we kind of have a bit of a cross-section. Obviously, all of our services are offered free to the community. We have a lot of support within the community and different grants and things to be able to do that. 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, we were able to raise additional funds to open a water park and a fitness center, or build and open a water park and fitness center and all sorts of things. So a membership, we call it membership with a mission. So it gives people access to our water park, our outdoor splash pad, our fitness center, the different programs and family activities that we have. We have all sorts of educational programs and fun things to do, like a climbing wall and roller skating and soccer and laser tag and all sorts of recreation activities and fitness classes and things like that, to help promote kind of holistic wellness for individuals and families. And so a membership will give access to all of those things, but then also help fund the mission of keeping the operations running and the different services that we provide to the community.
Well, that's a very smart establishment, actually, so that's very good. I'll have to get one myself maybe.
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing I had for you, this past weekend, you guys helped with Ashland University's theater department, and you kind of joined forces in producing The Sound of Music. So what role did you guys have in making that production happen?
Yeah, so my husband and I both served as the music directors. I was also the choreographer for the production.
Wow.
And then we helped organize groups of volunteers to help with set building and picking up set pieces and helping run the box office and really kind of help with some of the production end of putting it together. But we really enjoyed working with the college students and the young people from our program that came together, and it was a wonderful experience and a wonderful show, so it was exciting.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it, so sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
So next thing I want to talk about, what role do volunteers play at the Kroc Center?
That's a great question, a vital one. So we have volunteers that help us every day in the operations and service distribution in our food pantry, as well as our daily community lunch program. We have lots of volunteers that help us too to do our summer feeding program each day of the summer, and also to do special things like our youth performing arts program and things like Safety Town for the community and special events. We always have great groups of Ashland University students that come and help us decorate for Christmas and undecorate for Christmas and run our father-daughter dance and other special events and opportunities like that. So we couldn't do so much of what we're able to do, and our volunteers are really a big part of our team.
Right.
Too.
So what are some goals you would like to achieve with the Kroc Center in the future, with that in mind?
So one of the things we've been working on is, we think it was a very valuable partnership with Ashland University, and we've had a partnership with with the stunt team as well, as helped us form a club stunt at the Kroc Center. And we have some other partnerships both with Ashland University and other organizations that we've really been seeking to have greater collaboration within the community. We certainly collaborate with lots of the other social service providers, but also for our programming, and we want to continue to build a strong relationship with Ashland City Schools. And one of the areas we're very desirous of building further is the opportunities for STEM education at the Kroc Center, and opportunities that allow people of all ages to really build their capacity and help them discover their full potential and give them, especially young people, pathways for their future.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that sounds amazing, and I look forward to seeing what you guys have coming in the future. That is all the time we have for today. Thank you again for coming and talking to us. And before I let you go, where can we find more information on the Kroc Center?
Yeah, so we have a very vibrant Facebook page, and has lots of followers on it, so it's a great place to find information. And then we also have a website, ashlandkroc.org.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, that is it for this episode of the Mainstreet Show. Make sure to follow us across all social media platforms at AUTV Ashland. I'm your host, Maddy Gorczynski, and thank you for watching.